Hello students, I am Daniel. Welcome to the video tutorial on the introduction to IT for foundation and key concepts of IT. IT topics in this video will enable you to understand IT as the best guidance for IT service management. So follow me to learn. So in this series of this training of IT, we are going to look at the following topics. We look at the IT4 overview, the ITIL frameworks, and the IT guiding principle, the IT service value systems, key IT practices, and other IT practices. Now, what is IT? IT is best practice guidance for IT service management. Let's look at the IT4 certification schemes. Now, this is IT4 Foundation. It spans across the managing professional transition. That means that we have routes, the IT certification schemes, but you must first finish the IT foundation course before you can go to the next level. And that's why it spans across the managing professional, which is MP transition. After you finish IT foundation, you go to IT leadership, whether the IT strategic leader, leader, which is called digital and IT strategy, IT strategist, which is called direct plans and improve. Or you can go through this route, IT managing professional MP. You need to finish the IT strategy, which direct plan and improve. Under the IT specialist, classify under the IT managing professional, you need to learn, take this course, high velocity IT. On the same route, you look at the IT specialist, you need to take this course, drive stakeholder value. Under the IT management professional, you also see IT specialist, create, deliver, and support. So by the time you finish these four courses, you now have what they call IT managing professional. Now let's start. Let's look at IT today. What does it mean? IT today is saying that services drive value. Say services drive value for who? For the service providers and for the customers. Services drive value for service providers and for the customers. To get a value from your service, it's a two-way affair. Service flow toward the service provider. Value flow toward the service provider, also toward the customers. So both the service provider and the service user co-create value. So before we normally say organization who provides service, a service provider deliver service. But the IT today say that no, it's not like that. It's not about delivering service. It's about co-creation of value. That the service drive value for both service provider and the service consumers. So both the service provider and the service consumer co-create value when it comes to service management. Then IT today is also talking about what? That organizations are changing. Yes. Why must organization change? Because in the modern world, we discover that a lot of things are changing. For example, government policies, regulations are changing, and the regulation requirements are changing. Therefore, it is a must for organizations who are managing service to uh, to adhere to those regulations. They must fulfill and obey the regulations. And if they fail to adhere to the regulations, they will be sanctioned or penalized. Therefore, organizations that into service management need to look at these government policy and regulation requirements and adapt and what? Obey and adhere to those regulations. They need to change their pattern. They need to obey those regulation. They need to adapt. Otherwise, they will not be able to fulfill their service objectives. Another way you can say a organization is changing is what? You see, you are operating in an environment or a particular industry. In that industry, you discover that your competitor might change their strategy. So, if competitors change their strategy, you also need to respond to the competitors and external threats. Your competitor who are in the same service, maybe the same industry with you, when they change their strategy, it is your responsibility. It is important for you to be able to adapt in that business environment to respond to your competitors and to external threats and to change accordingly. Otherwise, if you face to change, you face to readapt, to adapt after your competitor are changed their strategy and you are still using the old strategy, you will not be able to compete favorably in the market. Eventually, your competitor will get the market share from you. And if it's a matter of time, if you refuse to adapt or to change your own strategy to the strategy you are going to use to achieve your goals and objectives, you may discover that you will go out of the business. So that's why it must change. You say organizations are changing. Organization policy is sometimes your goals and objectives and vision or missions or core value might change because you discover that things around you are changing very fast. And therefore, you may discover that your goals and objectives and visions or missions or core value may not be relevant in the scheme of things when you come to the service management. So what do? You need to recraft or re-engineer your policies, re-engineer your goals, objective, visions, mission statement, and core value. You need to recraft your policy, you need to recraft your strategy so that you can be able to compete favorably in the market, especially service management markets. So therefore, you need to change, you need to adapt to the changing needs of your environment. You also discover that organization needs to change because you are servicing you are as a service organization. Your primary objective is to create um, services and products that can meet the needs of your customer. But sometimes customer takes customer takes change or changes in the marketplace. What customer need today may not be what they need tomorrow. So if you now look at the trends, the customer buying trend or pattern, look at the sales trends and market trends, then if the customer takes changes, you also need to change the way you do your service. You need to change the way you plan your service, design your service. You need to change the way you build your service. You need to change the way in which you test your service. You need to change the way you deploy your service. You need to change the way you manage your service. When you trying to manage your service or or enter into service management environment, you need to plan your service. Whether you use agile or scrum methodology to do the planning, you need to design your service based on the requirements you gather from the stakeholder. You need to also to develop your service or to create a new service or to improve the existing service. You need to design also your service through your developers, designer, the coder, the system analyst, system engineer, business analyst. You need also to test your service to make sure that the service is working properly using quality control or statistical tools. You need to deploy your service. Also, you need to manage your service and support your service and improve your service. So, therefore, the customer tastes are changing. You need to adapt appropriately to the changing pattern of the customer, the buying behavior or buying pattern. If you fail to change or to adapt to the the customer needs or customer buying pattern, it means that you may be out of the market because after it's a matter of time. If you refuse to change, keep on doing the things you are doing, you discover that your customer will divest from you. They go and patronize your competitors. And your that means that your customer database will reduce, your 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 incomes or revenue will decrease, and the necessary developments and the progress you need in your organization will be thwarted or will be defeated. So therefore, you need to change based on customer takes changes. If customer takes changes, you need also to change your pattern of doing your service business. You also discover that you need to change because there are a lot of things changing when it comes to technology. We call that changes in technology. You know that if you look at the current world, you see there are a lot of research and development. Technology are fast changing. What they call innovations in technology, digital transformation, research and development. That means that render technology you buy of recent to quickly get outdated. So technology are changing very fast, and you need technology to process the information which you use to make decision in your service management. So if the technology changes, you also need to adapt to the changes in technology. If the technology you are using before is archaic, you cannot compete favorably in this in the service environment. So you need to acquire modern technology that can support your service. You need to deploy technology to assist your service management so that you can be able to do your service management in a most efficient and effective manner. Therefore, you need to change. Organizations are changing. You also need to change when you look at the natural phenomenon happening globally, or natural incidences, environmental complexity, national disaster like flood, earthquake, disaster, and many other ones like that. So when all these things change, it can affect your service management. Therefore, you need to change based on those occurrences and incidences. So all these changes we are talking about are very necessary for you to stay afloat in your business. If you also look at the political instability in the country in which you are managing your service, or global war trends globally, or political instability in the country in which you are carrying out your business in your service or service activities or service management. Those two elements, political instability and global war trend, can force you to adapt, to change. If you don't change, it can affect you negatively and it can impact your service management negatively. In other words, it will impact your service management in a negative way. Therefore, organizations are changing. Therefore, your organization is not as an exception. You have to change so that you can be able to compete favorably in the service management environment. And when you are doing the changes, there's a need for speed. You do it speedily because you are navigating a environment that are complex. For you to be able to navigate through these complexities in the environment in which you are doing your business, you need to change based on the change in government policies and regulation, competitor strategies changing, organization policy changing, customer takes are changing, changes in technology, or in the occurrence of natural phenomenon like war, incidences, disaster, flood, earthquake, and disaster, all sorts. These are the complexity in the business environment. You must know how to navigate successfully in this environmental complexity. So, to stay afloat in business or service management business, you need to do it speedily, do those changes speedily. You need to adapt speedily, and also you need what you call cross-functional collaboration. I mean, when you are creating your service, you're designing your service, you are building your service, you are testing your service, you are deploying your service. You must understand that there's no single element in your organization that can stand alone to help you to accomplish your service objectives. service management objectives. All the elements within your organization must work together to help you to achieve your service goal, your service management goals. Then also the IT today is making you to understand that we call something digital transformation. A digital transformation is creating a new business model. You must understand that. Digital transformation is helping a service organization to create a new business model. Very important. So that is what a new IT today make us to understand. So the thing we need to ask ourselves is, what do we mean? What do we mean by digital transformation? Because digital transformation is the process of adoption and the implementation of digital technology by an organization in order to create new or modify existing products, services, and operation by the means of translating business processes into a digital format. You can see, very important to understand that. It is very, very important for you to understand that digital transformation. I call it digital transformation. So I'm going to share the slide with you so that you can understand exactly what I mean by digital transformation. I guess you are seeing the screen. So, how do you take advantage of the digital transformation? How do you take advantage of the technology to support your service? So that's why we need to understand what I mean by digital transformation. Digital transformation is the process of adoption and implementation of digital technology by an organization in order to create new or modify existing products or services or operation by the means of translating business process into digital format. Now, if you want to go by that definition, you say digital transformation is the procedure of using technology to change and drastically improve how businesses operate. It involves integrating digital technology into all business areas, including strategy, strategy of an organization, the operation, the marketing side of their business, and the customer service. So therefore, we can say digital transformation has become a crucial part of any modern organizational success. What are the advantage or benefits of a service organization who adopt digital transformation as a part of of his business process in the service management? Number one, this type of transformation called digital transformation can help organizations to what? To enhance their customer experience. It helps the organization to optimize internal processes, to improve your internal processes, your workflow, your activities within your service management area. It increases efficiencies and productivities in your service management. It helps you to develop new services and products and create a better strategy for growth. Therefore, we can safely say that digital transformation helps companies stay competitive in any ever-changing market landscape by providing more efficient solutions for their customers' needs. It also allows them to stay ahead of their competitor by tapping into new opportunities that come with digital technologies. Therefore, it is necessary for any business that want to succeed in today's high competitive world, especially in the area of service operation, to adopt technology to support their service management. Therefore, companies must enhance the changes brought about the digital transformation to remain relevant and thriving in the future. You can also further say that you can have, get a lot of benefit from adopting digital transformations in your business, because what, it enhance efficiency. Automations and digital tools streamline processes and reducing manual effort and operational costs while boosting overall efficiency. One of the benefits of digital transformation is that if you adopt it for your service management, it helps you to improve customer experience. Implementing digital solution enable personalized interaction, seamless transaction, and quicker responses, and enhancing customer satisfaction. You know, your aim as a service organization is to offer a customer satisfaction, to deliver value that desired by your customer. So when you adopt digital transformation in your service management, it does this for you exactly. It exactly does this for you. Digital transformation help you to increase your agility, business agility. Embracing digital technology facilitate faster adaptation to market changes, enable business to maintain competitive and agile in evolving landscape. It also help in the area of data-driven decision making, because when you come to service management, you need to make a lot of decision. You need data from the right source, complete source, accurate data, which you use technology to process to turn to information. That information is needed for you to make a informed business decision. So access to comprehensive data and analytics empower informed decision making, leading to more strategic and impactful business choices. So digital transformation help you to innovate. It provides innovation opportunities. Embracing digital transformation foster an environment conducive to innovation, enabling the development of a new product, service, and market offering. What else can we say about the benefit of digital transformation? We look at the scalabilities and growth. Digital technology provide scalable solution, allowing business to expand their operations and reach new market more efficiently. What else can we get as a benefit in adopting digital transformation in our service management? Is a enhance collaboration. Digital tool facilitates seamless collaboration among team and stakeholder, regardless of geographical barrier, fostering a better teamwork and productivity. So digital transformation can help your organization to improve security measure. Modern digital transformation incorporate robust security protocol to safeguard data protection